Hi there, Lance King reporting to you from Ho Chi Minh City, where I'm enjoying the warm, balmy weather. What I want to talk to you today is about success and failure. I mean, we all want our children to be successful, don't we? We want them to be successful maybe academically at school, or we want them to be successful emotionally in their being happy, or maybe we want them to be successful physically in a sporting situation. But we all want our children to be successful, I'm sure. And I think it's important to start with, what do we mean by success? What is your definition of success? Because to me, success is when you set a goal and you achieve it. So you make a plan, you put in place some action, and you achieve what you set out to do. That's success, isn't it? And so failure then is when you set a goal and you don't achieve it. And if you think about that as your definition, think about successes you have had in your life. And think about how they came about. Did they come about as the process I've just mentioned? Did they come about through making a plan, taking some action, making mistakes, learning from those mistakes, and moving on until you were successful? You see, to me, that is the process of being successful, and I think it's a process we have to teach to our children. So take a situation for your own child. Let's say they've been in a performance at school. So it may have been an academic performance where they sat a test or had an exam, or it may have been a stage performance, or it may have been an artistic performance or a musical performance. And imagine they haven't done as well as they thought they would. And so they're disappointed. What do they do next? Because that turns out to be the most important thing in helping them to be successful. Because one child, the next thing they will do is start to blame other people. And they will maybe blame their teacher, or maybe blame the person who set up the situation, or maybe blame the test itself, or maybe blame... I had to stop there for a second because they were wheeling some equipment past me, very noisy. It looks like they're setting up for a concert here tonight, which should be interesting. But getting back to what I was saying, so one child might blame someone, blame themselves or blame someone else. Or they might just simply ignore the failure and pretend it didn't happen. Or they might add drama and hysteria to the failure to make it too big to deal with. And all those reactions are perfectly natural and perfectly common, but they don't actually help creating success. Another child in the same situation will actually try and zoom in on the factors that were in their control and make a change to one of those factors and go back and try and repeat the situation, repeat the performance, and do better next time and eventually end up in a success. I mean, take a standard test situation. Imagine your child is sitting a test at school, and it's a 10-question test, and they go into the test wanting to do really well. You know, they want to get 9 or 10 out of 10 correct in the test, and that doesn't happen. Imagine they only get 6 out of 10 right. Now, what are they going to do after that? Because one child will try and ignore it and do nothing about it and put the test away and never look at it again. Whereas another child will take that test home and they'll look at all the questions they got wrong and they'll find the right answers to those questions. They'll look them up in books, they'll ask the teacher, they'll ask someone what is the correct answer, and they'll find that answer and they'll rewrite the correct answer to all the questions they got wrong. And then the next day they'll take those now corrected answers back to their teacher and ask their teacher, have I got them right now? And not in order to get more marks or better grades or better scores, just in order to make sure that they've now got all the correct answers to the questions in the test. And then they might even ask the teacher if there's anything else they can do to improve their results in that subject. Now that's what I call failing well. Focusing on the factors that are in your control, making changes to the things you didn't do right, and going back and doing those same things again. So if your child learns how to do that, and learns how to learn from all their failures, then they will eventually be a success. And success is what we want. Success to me is simply about learning from failure, about failing well. Hope you enjoy that. Thank you. Goodbye.